set it on, fist in the middle. If I ever lose, set it on, bigger and better. Even roller coaster come bigger, bolder, faster. Boom, I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum.
So I just want to give a short introduction and say that Web3, with its ever-growing communities, will be the space where fans will be able to connect with their heroes like never before. Not just for a selfie, but to truly like create together and interact. So we've seen the Web3 space, developing in different industries such as art, sport, and entertainment, and also DeFi. Where are you guys now in the space? And how are you bringing value? How are you helping to build the space, the ecosystem? You want to start, Jared?
Yeah, sure. So there's a
Nice.
that's a great question.
You're out.
Okay, so there's a couple parts in this. So for all those that don't know me, I'm an athlete here in the Philippines. Been an athlete for quite a long time. So my gimmick is all about sports and putting that into Web3. So for me, at least in sports, we have huge communities, we have tribalism, right? Rivalries. So I'm bringing that aspect, the community part, into the Web3, because we all know Web3 is all about community, right? Galvanizing communities, putting them in one space with like-minded people, right? The other part, which I kind of forgot what you were asking, can you say the second part of that?
That's a big athlete here. Why is it important what you're building in the space? Because we identify you, you're in sport, you're building communities. But why is that important for the fandom and to make the space a place where people can meet their heroes?
Sure, okay, thank you so much, apologize. So for one, like what I was coming with, this whole community thing, people want to be a part of something, correct? They want to be part of this basketball community where they can have access and talk with their favorite idols. That's something that has always resonated in sports. So when we put that in Web3 and blockchain and everything's transparent, and I think that's what we're currently trying to do and to figure out. Right now, everything's all over the place. There's no rules or regulations, so we're trying to figure that out. But from that, it's really that's what we're trying to do.
And for you, why do you think what you're doing has meaning for the people that follow you?
Well, I think, if you guys don't know who I am not an athlete. I am an ex-MTV VJ. I host shows across Southeast Asia, History Channel, Discovery Channel, Spice. I'm just checking if anybody knows what that is. I don't. Never mind. It's an important site. And I'm also.
Wait, why'd you point at me though?
And you knew what it was, though. You're like, what? I also am the VP of content at Kumu, which is a huge live streaming app here in the country. I think we're the biggest live stream app for Filipinos around the world. So I think celebrity being in Web3 is, it's actually kind of it's almost dangerous a little bit. Not in terms of the celebrity and actually physical danger, but I think that there's a problem sometimes that if a celebrity kind of gets involved in terms of, let's say, marketing things in Web3, that a lot of the Web3 people just don't believe them. Because what does that celebrity know about Web3? So I think we're still kind of far away from real celebrities getting involved that aren't really necessarily Web3 people, because I think in the future they shouldn't have to know where crypto comes from. They shouldn't actually have to know what the blockchain is. But what they should know is that there's technology involved to bring their fans closer to them, and they give their fans access to that celebrity. But I think we're still kind of far away from that, because the NFT, if we're talking about NFTs, they're a very, very picky bunch of people And so they can see through a lot of that right now. So hopefully in the future, I think maybe as the masses come in, that we'll be able to kind of see that it's okay, and like the snooty NFT people, which I consider myself being one as well, we'll be all right with celebrities being, you know, spokespeople for exchanges, spokespeople for themselves, for buying the Casey Montero or the Donnie Pangilinan NFT. And because now you own that NFT, you have access to me, you go to my movies for free. And then the regular NFT collectors and traders will let that go and be like, it's okay to have those people into our ecosystem because, of course, we're small and we're, you know, we're early and it just needs to get bigger. So that's where I'm kind of at.
Right. You're dealing a lot with artists, right? How do you manage, or what do you wish to bring to the fan base of these artists? What is the value that you want to bring to them?
Thank you. Very interesting question. So I want to answer your first question, and I want to add this one, the second one. So just to give you all
You remember the first question?
Of course.
Oh my God, that's why he gets paid the big bucks.
So just to give you a background of what we do. So basically we're into Fandom business. So we started e-commerce. We have our success of Web 0 on a B2B platform that we're doing with selling to SF and Robinsons. We have also success in e-commerce, Web 2.0, about toy collectibles. Now we're going to Web 3 because the beauty of the technology is really amazing. And I realized that our business is not really about toys, it's about fandom. And I said, why don't we put the celebrities, brands, and the entire fandom to Web 3.0? So we're joining this. So, and I don't look at things as Web 2.0 and Web 3.0. I look at the emotion of every fan acquiring a piece of their idol. And that's the beauty of the technology that we're into. Because we are talking about Web 2 and Web 3 that we should not be talking about. We should talk about take advantage and bring value to the technology it creates. For example, Jared and Casey are very famous. But if they have something that's so valuable, let's say a signed autograph of Jared.
Hindi lang ako mabilis. Lock.
And
Yun
it's
yung bantay, no?
as a rare NFT, that brings so much value, right? And in short, it solves the pain point of a fan to say, hey, I have a lot of Jared stuff that nobody's tracking. But now, because of technology, it's more valuable to them as well, right? So in that sense, the first question would be basically how important celebrity is. They would play a big part of the next wave of Web 3.0 adaptation. Because the last few years, sad to say, the real use case of blockchain is speculation. There's no end user yet. But celebrity, the wave of celebrity, entertainment, sports will come in. And then there will come a time that end users would be there to use Web3 products. And that's where the real value comes in. So to answer the first point, yes, I agree with you. It's kind of like hard for celebrity to endorse a product now because they don't know which product to endorse because there's no end user. But if there's an end user, a clear end user like fans, then we have a business. Then now we're not even talking about what to we're talking about bringing value to fans, right? This is number one. Number two, the question that you mentioned also about how we can
So,
the project.
yes, the project, what is the value? But you kind of responded to that already.
Right.
So now, let's move on. You spoke a lot, and you also brought a good point we're going to discuss later, but you just spoke about value. With your project, specifically, how, and then, you know, it can be seen in the big picture for many other projects in the NFT space, how are you going to retain this value for the future? For investors, but also for the people that want to participate in the community and are putting their money behind this stuff. How do you retain this value? How do you will you make sure that it doesn't drop?
All right. So when we talk about value, there's a lot of value. There's emotional value, financial value, historical values, right? And like I said, in Web3, community is very important. As long as there's fans, there's always demand for a product itself. And that will be a value there in time. And historically, that will also be a value of the story itself. When you do a story and the value of what they have recorded in the blockchain, that would be huge. Imagine this, products from now on, moving forward, there will be digital and digital counterpart. And that itself is recorded moving forward. That will change how we view collectible. That will change how we interact with fans. That will change businesses. That will change our economy moving forward. And it's untapped at the moment. So in that case, I think the value itself will be retained on the people who understands these celebrities as well. And they play a major role on educating and talking to the consumers as well.
I think a shortcut to your, you mentioned the signature, right? And how will that retain value over the years? So I think maybe what you should do is, okay, year one, you get the signature. Year two, you take off one of his fingers and you give it to the collector. And then the year 5, maybe you just take off his whole hand. Yeah, that's good. That was a joke, guys. That was pretty good. You don't need it. I mean, you're just an athlete.
Yeah, I'm just an athlete. That's all I am.
So let's say the Web3 is the space where users, fans, can come and find a bridge to connect with their celebrities, with their heroes. You guys are providing values such as comedy, such as maybe coaching, whatever, sport. So when it comes to promoting this space, you spoke about it before. Celebrities don't really have a clue of what's happening, right? We're not developers. So how do you, when you're promoting Web3, the communities, such as a project of his, how do you double check the facts when you speak to your community? Is there any way?
Well, personally, and I think also for JD, we've actually been in this space for over a year. And I think that when we first started, a lot of people they didn't believe us. Right? So we actually had to do the time. We had to put in the work. We had to take our losses. We had to get rugged. We had to lose a lot of money in order for us to get the credibility, to become, one of them. Again, like I mentioned before, I hope in the future that it doesn't have to be that way. I hope that in the future that people can just accept a celebrity being a celebrity, and it doesn't matter whether it's on the blockchain or whether it's Web 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, that it's just a way for that their celebrity, their fans and their audience can get closer. But yeah, before I had a problem. I really did have a problem because they were saying, "You're a TV guy, what do you know about this?" And then they followed my journey over months, and they saw that I was losing with them, I was winning with them, so yeah, I just had to put in the work.
To be practical, maybe also you could say that for them, how they can find reliable information that you found on the internet or from other communities that you say, okay, this is reliable information where they can also learn from.
Correct. Just like with anything, you gotta put the work in. There is no secret to this. You're gonna have to learn the terminology, you're gonna have to dip in different communities to find the alpha, the correct information, because I'm sure a lot of people here can agree with me. There's a lot of bullshit out there, and there's a lot of misinformation that's being spread. So it is hard in the beginning. I think it's safe to say that there is a very steep learning curve when we're getting into crypto and NFTs. So one way to help people trust celebrities like me and KC would be, one is just to be an advocate of education. And that's what I did first. I wanted to show people that I want to help the space, I want to help them, in essence, learn about what the ebbs and flows of cryptos and NFTs are. Another part, obviously, to piggyback on KC, was just to get skin in the game. Show people your losses, show when you win. be in this Discord as a moderator, a community manager. You're just like everyone else. Yes, we're popular, and yes, we have a big platform, but essentially we're all the same. You know, we're all living, breathing, eating, drinking. So I think the more you can be authentic, the more that you can show the people that, hey, I'm just like you. Let's see what we have here. I think that right there, that's how you do it.
Usually I just say I get my information from Jared. And so if anything bad happens, it's his fault.
You get your information from him.
I believe these guys are so humble, right? They're very influential in their space and beyond that. But also, you can look at their expertise by losing and getting scammed with others. And if in this space they say that they're an expert, they're not really an expert because no one's an expert in this space. Everyone here right now are still learning. Even Axie people are still learning, right?Ey're still learning and struggling with this. But what we know is that, oh, we're not going to do that anymore, right? And that's what they're doing. And they're being responsible to their audiences and beyond on what they do. I guess as a project, it's really safe to say that celebrities will endorse something they're really comfortable with, that they know the space. It's hard for them to promote something that they're not familiar with. But if you're promoting something like Jared promoting about basketball, about things he's really familiar with, then that's something that's spot on, expert, putting on technology in there, right? But if you're promoting engineering, etc., stuff like that, that's something that, you know, I think you should veer away, right?
I've promoted things and I have no clue what it is. And then I'll walk away like, what was that? But I think that because I've been in this space long enough that for people who watch me, they know that it's not. I know what I'm talking about. Not an expert, but I know what I'm saying.
All right. Before I continue, I want to spur everybody to take notes because by the end of the panel, I'm gonna choose some of you to ask questions. We have to get as much value as possible from them. They're sitting on a chair and they should respond to your questions. From a personal point of view, what excites you about the ecosystem, the Web3, and all these communities that are rising? You can start if you want, Oscar.
Thank you. What excites me is that we're not just putting value on this physical world, but also beyond that, even in the metaverses. What excites me also is that we're helping solve more problems and getting more efficient by using what's good about the blockchain technology. That really excites me. It amplifies all the values that these celebrities create, even IPs. The IP economy will disrupt. It's disrupting now. You will see the IP is really big before. Think again, IP in the next 5 years is really huge. And that is something that, you own this IP now. I mean, from any centralized platform, you don't own anything. But here, the next wave, it's truly yours.
That was great, Oscar. I'm just gonna add on to what you were saying. Look, I'm a sports guy, right? I'm familiar with basketball. I'm trying to incorporate that into Web3. So, like Oscar was saying, from this sports athlete's point of view, outside of let's say the NBA, most countries that have professional sports, we don't have a labor union, we don't have players' rights, there's no players' association, and we get taken advantage for a lot. You'd be surprised. So I got excited because, for one, now from the athlete standpoint, we now can not only brand ourselves and have full control of our ownership of our IPs, we can monetize that and get paid rightfully so. And that is huge for me. As an athlete, from start to nearing the finish, I never had an agent. I've done everything myself. I've seen these managers, owners, call it what you want, just over and over again, just take advantage of the athlete who's a little bit naive on what they're doing. So having that and knowing what the blockchain can do, that gets me super excited. You know, that's why I'm here.
Good. So, athletes, artists, etc., are backed up by their fan base this way, and that's huge. But not everybody's a celebrity, right? We have people in the space that want to build their communities. So, is there any suggestion you can give to these guys on how to build? What are the ways you're using right now
Akit
that
ka,
are
akit ka.
available on Web 2
Babs, akit ka.
and Web3 right now to build your communities? Is there any suggestion for practical suggestions for people here? How to build your persona?
Keep it simple, you guys. Be authentic, be a service to others. I mean, it's not rocket science. People are gonna figure out if you're legit, if you're real, if you're here for the right reasons. And yeah, you're not gonna blow it up right off the get-go, but with consistency over time, whatever that may be, a week, a year, people will come. I promise, people will come when you're true to that.
I think one of the biggest things that I learned just this last month or so, because we launched an NFT project 2 days ago, and we sold out in like 40 minutes. And it was a collection under 1,000, but still, I think what I learned was you have to show up, you have to be there, you have to be consistent, and you have to put your name out there, whether you're a celebrity or not, just as a founder. There was a time where I took a break for like 2 minutes. It felt like took a break for like a day, and like that thing almost went down. Like because people need you to be accountable, and they need you to be responsible, and you need to be there. So personally, that's one of the biggest things I can say. That's probably with any business, really just have to show up and be there.
They're both right, and I want to add to it. Just solve problems. The more problems you solve, the more friends you will have,
Nervous ako.
and the more friends will help you. Right?
So, that question focused on that. 10 minutes left? Wait a second. Okay. Does anybody has a question here? Anybody have a question? Question? Okay, I have a question. The previous question focused on the present. What are the ways with which you are connecting, you are creating an audience, a community? What are the ways for the future you wish you will utilize to connect better with the community, to create more of an engaging space? Maybe something visual, an idea that you have.
Don't English.
Yes. How do you imagine connecting with people for the future? Like, how can you, from a community point of view, how, in the Web3 space, how do you imagine communication will develop?
Nung nakiting? Hindi.
Alright, so I imagine it will be more immersive. I have an 8-year-old son, and he's been playing Roblox. If you're familiar with Roblox, right? So my son said, "Dad, can you buy me Robux? 10,000 Robux." So Robux is a currency in Roblox games. If you're not familiar with that, he said, "My son, why don't you buy real toys? It's so expensive to buy toys." And my son said, "Dad, I have so many toys already. I want to buy Robux, right? What do you do with Robux? I buy this stuff, clothes, and stuff like that." So the next generation of users would be smarter than us, right? Next generation of users have higher affinity on digital collectibles, digital things. It will be immersive. Brands will do much more better job of immersing these group of communities. It will be immersive from real world and digital world, because that's where they interact. If you look at their
Mamaya
friends,
pag
they
ginawa
have
nito,
so many
makita
friends
niya
in
yung
Roblox.
TikTok ko lang. Hindi
Right?
nakikita
That's their
yung
new
tato.
Facebook.
It sounds immersive, but it also sounds
Paano
like
yun?
an investment. Your son is already thinking about something that could be a good investment for the future.
That's also true, but the problem that is that Roblox right now, it's not yet in Web3. But But if it's in Web3, all the products that you bought is his already. And he could use it on a different platform too. So that's the beauty of Web3.
And then at some point he might like another video and trade the assets he acquired and jump into another boat. Beautiful. All right. Any question? Come on.
That will be all.
Let's move on.
We have to move on. Thank you so much.
Good job.
We have to move on.
Unfortunately,
The show must go on.
but we are all around, so keep your questions, find them,
Thank
hunt
you,
them
everybody.
down,
Thank you
and
very
ask these questions.
Thank you very much. Very engaging panel. Very good looking kid. Oh, photo.
Philippine Boxing Week. See you next year.